Look, we appreciate your concern, Lois, but Scotty is our son.
But your son is sick. He needs help.
Does your god also not believe in putting out snacks for the guests?
Hey, I know this song. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, Squidward on a chair. Sorry, I had to. Hi, I'm Kitty Monk, and I'm here to talk to you about Family Guy, or more specifically, Lois Griffin. Kitty, why are you talking about Lois again? Do you want to know why? The truth is, I don't know. There, are you happy now? A while back, I made a top 10 list about Lois that described the top 15 worst things she has ever done as a character. Naturally, I know that despite this, there is still good in Lois, even nowadays. In a way, there's good in everybody. That's what Mary Sunshine told me. Heck, in Customer of the Week, until she started kidnapping people and exposing them to their allergies, her worst crime was just being annoying to a cashier, who she considered a friend. And as somebody who used to work in customer service, and is either friends or relatives with a lot of people who do, you know that 9 times out of 10, those chatty cafes aren't evil, so to speak. They just can't read the room, they think they're being polite, or they don't get social etiquette, or that it's your job to be nice. It doesn't make them evil, just annoying. That's why I picked the episode Living on a Prayer as the best thing Lois has ever done. Because even in the later seasons of the show, while still rare, Lois had good moments. Maybe she wasn't the best parent, but in a way, she could be really good. So, let's discuss. After A Little House on the Prairie opening, is that show any good?
There's a huge rock right there, and it's covered up by grass, and there's no way you can see it, and I got lucky, and a small cut is a death sentence in these times, so let's just...
Guess not. We transition to the Quahog Library, where Bruce is entertaining the children with his excellent singing skills. And as is typical with these events, he goes into the audience for requests.
Okay, what else we got on that train?
A kitty cat. A doggy.
Kevin Smith, because he's too fat to ride a plane.
Okay, I heard kitty cat.
I'm part of this? Oh my gosh, I feel so honored. Thank you.
I don't know why this guy's wife isn't here watching this stuff. If I were her, I'd be here every show.
Well, at this meetup, Stewie meets another little boy named Scotty. They start to make nice, and Lois starts to make nice with Scotty's mother, Hope. Oh, it's a nice name. Is she a lice lady or a vampire, human, werewolf thing?
Hi, I'm Hope.
Any relation to Bob Hope?
She's related to Quagmire, giggity. The parents decide to arrange a playdate for their children. At the Griffin household, of course. Where are they supposed to go? A stranger's house? Another public place? Nah, fam. One of the games the pair play is Transformers. Oh my god, I loved that game when I was a kid, and Transformers Prime is the best. It sucks Hasbro prevents me from reviewing it ever again.
Stewie, do you want to be the Autobots or the Decepticons?
What's with all these labels, man? Autobots, Decepticons?
Ooh, pick the Decepticons, Stewie. They are the best, and only they can fly for some reason. Except Knockout and Breakdown, but they are cool.
Who's this little guy?
It's my new friend, Scotty. Do you mind? We're busy.
Oh.
Hi, doggy. You want to play with us?
Scotty, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to.
Scotty, that is racist. Watch your microaggressions and apologize now. Or don't. I don't really care. Brian wants to play too, so he tries to choose a Transformer. Well, a Cybertronian. Brian tries to choose a Transformer to play with, but it seems like he doesn't know the carefully crafted 40-year lore from this franchise, with tons of retcons, spanning multiple multiverses, and writers, and actors, and characters, and various interpretations.
Relax. I'll be this guy over here.
That's He-Man. We're playing Transformers.
Well, maybe this is the one where He-Man visits.
Brian, how is He-Man supposed to get to Cybertron?
Well, what about She-Ra? Surely, if she's from space, they could find a way. Besides, don't the Cybertronians typically stay on Earth like visitors? Their homeworld was destroyed and or poisoned by a war. They can basically go wherever the heck they want. Stewie, I am beginning to suspect you know nothing about this franchise either, you poser pleb. Granted, he is kind of right in a way. Masters of the universe the franchise He-Man comes from is owned by Mattel, but Transformers is owned by Hasbro. They can legally cross over without a fudge load of red tape. Wait, Stewie, couldn't Barbie join the game? Since it is Mattel.
Get out of here.
Oh wait, are you gonna lecture me on why that isn't possible? Anyhow, Peter is watching the pair during their playdate, sort of.
We now return to the post-Roe vs. Wade Brady Bunch.
Greg, Marcia. Ah, you two are such a handful.
Dang, I cannot believe this episode came out in like the 2010s, like the early 2010s. Stewie and Scotty are playing Gin. Oh, one of my favorite card games, the perfect vacation game, when suddenly...
I don't feel so well.
Hey, Lois, that not Stewie kid fell over.
Meg fell over? Of course, they rush Scotty to the hospital, where it's discovered he's suffering from Hodgkin's lymphoma, i.e. cancer.
Oh my god. Are you saying Scotty has cancer?
I don't know, I didn't read the whole Wikipedia entry.
Oh crud, better get Russell Crowe and Tugger. They'll fight the cancer for you, Scotty. Oh, sorry, I'm not that good at accents if you haven't guessed. But as it was caught early, the cancer hasn't progressed, and there's a huge chance they can cure Scotty, or at least put it into remission.
But the good news is that what he has is highly treatable, with radiation first and, if necessary, chemotherapy.
I don't know how that works. I'm sorry. My only exposure to hospitals has been Dr. House.
Oh, for God's sake.
Look, do you have any idea how expensive medical school is?
No, I don't.
Well, it's probably pretty expensive.
I want a backstory episode on this guy. You know what? Screw Cleveland. He deserves a spin-off. Make him the anti-Frasier. Of course, Lois is not Scotty's mother, so the doctors called for Hope and Ben.
This is my husband, Ben.
Hi, glad to know you.
Wait, who's Ben? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Ben is Scotty's father and Hope's husband. Plus, he is a pivotal character in this episode, so it would be a failure on my part as a critic if I did not mention him. And as it turns out...
Oh, Hope, Ben, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, but Scotty has...
cancer, we know.
Oh, so you guys were treating him, right?
We're aware of his condition, but you shouldn't have brought him to the hospital without talking to us first.
Oh, so you can't afford insurance or something, right? Fear not, I think there's plenty of children's charities out there if you need help, like St. Jude's. They make so many commercials. They're practically invading my dreams and my pizza orders.
Oh no, he doesn't receive treatment.
What?
We're Christian Scientists. We don't accept medical care for ourselves, and we don't permit it for our children.
Oh, well, there goes that plan. As it turns out, Scotty's parents are Christian Scientists, meaning they don't believe in medical science, instead believing that any medical problem can be overcome by praying hard enough, even if apparently some members do indeed have certain forms of medical care, like dental or vision, or sometimes even OBGYNs or emergency room visits. They just believe that 9 times out of 10, prayer is the best medicine, especially in times like this. Or maybe they would get medical treatment, but use it in conjunction with prayer. I guess Ben and Hope are fundies. Speaking of, apparently Robert Duvall is a Christian Scientist. That's how he was raised. He was also Commander Waterford in that one movie, and Boo Radley. Regardless, Lois makes the point that prayer isn't the most powerful tool, especially during this rodeo, and they should at least make an exception, which they refuse.
You can't just let them walk out of here.
Oh, I think they'll be back.
Are those their keys?
Oh, they're my keys.
Look, I hate to say it, Lois, but he kind of has a point here. Not that I agree, but I can see where he's coming from. Outside of refusing him treatment, they don't seem to be neglecting him. Like, if he was on the verge of dying and they refused to do anything, then yeah. Or maybe their religion caused him to be sick, then yeah, I could see him calling CPS. But here at least, nothing meets the legal definition of neglect, or even abuse. Obviously, they should be giving him some form of treatment. And I feel like other Christian Scientists would probably say, yeah, this is like one of those times, it's okay. Still, I was told that with situations like this, it's better to be safe rather than sorry, so Dr. Hartman should have went on his gut and did something. Lois goes home and tries to tell the family about Scotty's situation.
And they're just gonna take him home and pray over him?
Well, that's what they do. They believe that disease is just an illusion, and the only way to fight it is to make your faith stronger.
You know what? Thank you for that, Brian. Can't believe I said that. I was surprised to learn this is the real thought process of Christian Scientists. To them, the world is truly spiritual. Reality is an illusion. It's like the tree swamp thing from Avatar. And diseases are viewed as a mental problem as a result. Later, they do bring up the founder of the Christian Science movement and her book,
Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy.
This is your god? A woman?
Well, she's the founder of our faith.
Well, her mother's name was Abigail, if that counts. I only bring this up because, considering how often Family Guy can get stuff wrong, I appreciate them doing their research. However, I've gone a while without giving any worthwhile critiques, and as it is part of my job to trash fictional characters who cannot fight back, here it goes.
I don't mean to question your religious beliefs, but as a mother, I just can't bear the thought of little Scotty not getting the help he needs.
Oh, sucks you didn't care to get Stewie help when you thought you ran him over. Maybe we should just paint over Scotty's eyelids and put a top hat on him and see what happens, eh? I'm gonna escort myself out. Lois goes to talk to Hope and Ben about the possibility of getting Scotty some form of treatment, and she brings Peter and Brian for backup.
Well, you can, Lois. Stay and pray with us. I think you'll find that with God's love and a true belief, all manner of miracles are possible.
Now, something I like about this episode is how they characterize Scotty's parents. Normally in Family Guy, whenever they bring up Christianity, any Christian is simply an idiot who doesn't know anything. After all, the show was created by an atheist, and there is such a thing as straw man arguments, where you just make the other side as cartoonish as possible. That way, it's easier to preach your ideals. At least with South Park and early King of the Hill, while they're no stranger to straw men, they would try to have the characters make good points on each side. That way, you can always find a middle ground. Strangely, the same cannot be said here. In a good way, I mean. Scotty's parents don't want him to have treatment, as it goes against their religion, and instead of demonizing them or saying how stupid they are, the show just treats them as loving but misguided. They're good people, and there's nothing wrong with them being Christians or following a different way of being. They're just too blind to see. The only thing I wish they did with these people was give us Scotty's feelings on the matter. Even when I was 12, this perplexed me. Yes, he's a baby, but does he echo his parents in thinking he doesn't need treatment? That only prayer will work? Has he seen other people succumb to disease? Like, after he passes out, he just stops speaking for the rest of the episode and simply becomes a prop for the characters to preach over. Did the cancer rob him of his ability to speak? Wait, does it really do that? Because if so, I am so sorry. But I can kinda get why they don't want him to have treatment and why they're so stubborn. I mean, they're Christian Scientists. They probably don't have insurance. And child or not, cancer treatment can be quite expensive. Maybe they should go to St. Jude's. Oh no, they're back. They're in my dreams. I mean, you should donate to them. It's just, they're everywhere. Them and the Trojan commercial, and the Babbel commercial, and the Planned Parenthood PSA, and freaking Fargo. Granted, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I think another reason we should see Scotty is to evaluate his condition. If only because this could also be a great addition. At first, Scotty is just sick, if only a little tired. Since they're waiting so long, maybe he gets sicker and sicker, either from the cancer itself or by some complication caused by it, or caused by not getting vaccinated, or something like that. And the parents could wonder, oh, why isn't Scotty getting better? Maybe we just need to pray harder, honey. Or they could consider that, oh, maybe Lois might be right. Maybe we can get Scotty his treatment, and then his cancer starts to go into remission, so why even bother? Prayer has worked, but it was a fluke, and Scotty gets sick once again. I don't know. Again, it's not a critique about this episode, just an idea I have.
I'm a Methodist. We believe that the Lord is our Savior.
I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. We believe all the same things that you believe, but we go to church on Saturdays.
What?
Well, actually, there are some stark differences. Seventh-day Adventists often are vegetarians, and Methodism is a rejection of Calvinism. And Calvinists are in love with tulips. I don't know anybody else who is. Lois tries to talk to Joe about what can be done about Scotty, but they find that the parents aren't legally liable.
Children are citizens too. They should have rights.
You could file a suit, but that could take months. And even then, there's no guarantee the court wouldn't support the parents' right to practice their religion.
So go to the news. But then again, the last time a Christian Griffin went on the news, Lois got banned from her church and Brian was not permitted in any bars or allowed to drink.
This happened. I mean, we're parents. What if this was one of our kids?
Yeah. Again, Stewie is in the other room. I'm sure he would love the attention you're paying to this random child you knew for less than a day. Peter suggests they should simply go break into Scotty's room, kidnap him, and get him his treatment. Even if, from what I understand, cancer treatment normally isn't one and done. It has to be done multiple times. Especially for something like Hodgkin's lymphoma.
It's too bad we're not the A-team, because then we could just go in there and steal that kid.
I don't know about that, Peter. Kidnapping is against the law.
What, are you gonna abduct him every single time he needs to go for a visit? In that case, pretend you're the Tooth Fairy. Maybe you should bring Dwayne Johnson with you to sell the illusion. Look, I don't even care that the kidnapping is illegal. I'm sorry, I just care about logic.
Taken from Taken. Then I could dip my head in brown paint and galump around Europe looking for my hot daughter.
Yeah, Peter. Remember when your daughter got taken when she went to France and all you and Lois did was cry? You even told Meg to position herself in such a way that she would be easy pickings for her kidnappers. At least with the Liam Neeson movie, he realized there really was nothing he could do but try to extract information from his daughter, as obviously neither of these girls could call the local authorities. Regardless, I guess it'll teach them not to take rides from strangers, or even talk to strangers, or look at strangers. Strangers are scary, and they smell like squirrels. Left with no other option, Lois agrees to the plan to kidnap Scotty for medical treatment.
That's exactly what we should do. I'm talking about us going in there and taking that kid and getting him some help. I mean, I know it's wrong, but it's better than just letting him die.
Which honestly, and this isn't really a complaint about the episode, just another idea of mine, but I feel like maybe it would be awesome if they expanded the amount of people who disagreed or agreed with Lois. This seems like it has the makings to be a national issue. Think about it. Does a parent have a right to refuse healthcare for their child? Life-saving healthcare, if it's in the name of religion. It doesn't even have to be a court case. Despite Joe's words, maybe other people might think it legally counts as abuse. Maybe other members of Ben and Hope's church actually disagree with them. Maybe people would assist Lois and Peter in their endeavor. Maybe they would be against them or provide security to Scotty's family. Who knows? Alone in their quest, Lois and Peter kidnap Scotty, but first, they must attend to their fashion. Because kidnapping or no, you can always make a bold fashion statement.
Peter, what the hell? Where's your ski mask?
It's kind of hard to breathe in those things, so I just dressed up like Harry Potter.
Peter, I'm not gonna lie, your style choice is on point, my bro. Now use that homage outfit to cast a spell of invisibility. Levite las manos. Anyhow, Peter, the lumbering, clompering hippo, Carter's words, not mine, ends up taking Scotty before walking through various scenarios.
Upside down Peter, who isn't revealed to be upside down until the camera spins around and shows that he is.
Check.
I guess the later seasons were not the first time Family Guy would explain the joke before the joke, because we viewers clearly couldn't see what was happening. And Peter successfully takes Scotty.
All right, I got him, Lois.
Peter, what the? That's not Scotty! That's Ben!
Oh. Well, we ain't known this family that long. I'm still learning everybody's names.
I was gonna make a joke about the cancer aging up Scotty, a la Kimberly Akimbo, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. Therefore, here is my new joke.
Damn it, put him back and go get Scotty, the baby!
Okay, so I'll go get the baby, and while I'm doing that, maybe you do something about that snatchy tone.
Lois, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Sorry, again, I have to inject criticism in certain places, or otherwise the review is gonna be weird. A few seconds later, Peter successfully steals Scotty, and they rush him to the hospital.
Lois, is this the right one?
Shh, Peter! Yes!
Of course, Scotty's parents notice he's missing, so they go on the news to report his disappearance.
What can you tell us, Mr. Mayor?
Please, Mr. Mayor is my father. Call me John Mayor.
But I want to call you Bruce Wayne. Wait, that's too easy. Dan McReady. Okay. I wanted to call you Dan McReady. Anyhow, as Adam West is still the mayor, Scotty is as good as gone. Ugh, where is Sam Elliott and his buttery smooth voice when you need him?
This most advanced multimedia milk cartons.
Help me, I'm missing! Why are you still eating breakfast? I'm kidnapped! Why are you turning me the other way? I'm still here!
Yeah, that ain't creepy, like, at all. Or unhelpful. Imagine that in your fridge at night when you gotta pee or get a drink. I'm drinking, and then I'm gonna pee.
Help me, I'm missing!
Run!
My God! I know she was upset, but do you think Lois would have gone so far as to kidnap him?
Of course she did. She'll do anything for attention.
Yeah, y'all ain't wrong, but I feel if the shoe was on the other foot, Brian, you would do it. If only for the social clout, or to enhance your political or social beliefs. Really, I'm kinda shocked by his behavior this episode. A little off topic, but Brian was pretty polite to the parents, especially by his standards. At most, he just raises his voice.
Oh, really? So with this book from the 1800s, you can pray away paralysis or terminal illness?
Yes, we would pray for anyone who's afflicted.
Any other episode, he would be pointing and ranting and raving at the parents until he was blue in the face. Maybe it's because, unlike Francis, they're at least nice people. Once again, thank you guys for tuning down Brian this time.
Come on, Lois, I think we're wasting our time here. They're obviously very committed to their beliefs.
You know what? Maybe he and Bonnie don't belong together. Maybe it's really him and Lois. They should be endgame. They're both crazy attention snores. Lois and Peter try to take Scotty to the hospital for his treatment.
You hang in there, buddy. When this is over, we can get some ice cream. Me and Lois can get some ice cream, not you. They're gonna be sticking needles in you everywhere.
Don't worry, Scotty. You might not get ice cream, but you'll get to smoke all of the weed your little heart desires. Or if you're hungry, we can always take you to KFC. Regardless, once again, this is why it would have been great to get Scotty's opinion on the matter. Yes, he's a little kid, and he probably doesn't understand of the severity of it, but maybe it's because his parents never took the time to explain it to him. Or why it's so serious, or why Stewie's parents keep coming over. I mean, why bother to do so if prayer will simply heal him? Perhaps he could ask Lois and Peter and they could be like, look son, if you don't get the treatment, you can't run or play or be alive ever again. And yes, he has his religion, but sometimes you need to look past that. Religion and science can both coexist. Speaking of, this makes me wonder, what if they successfully get him to the hospital? What would happen next? Wouldn't they just call the cops since Peter and Lois aren't his parents? And this already made the news. Plus, Dr. Hartman, who is the only doctor in Quahog, let's be honest, just allowed Scotty's parents to take him home without any sort of fuss. Speaking of, Peter is the reason Velma and Louise are dead.
Let's just turn ourselves in. I got a great lawyer, and he says worst case, 8 to 12 years.
Goodbye, terrible women.
Damn it, Peter. This would have made such a great mini-series. A massive crowd gathers outside of Quahog Hospital because, again, there really isn't anywhere you can go in this godforsaken town that's safe, or probably even anywhere for a 100-mile radius.
Oh my god!
Did you guys not think through this plan? Why not say, offer to give Scotty and Stewie a playdate, and during said playdate, you take him in for medical care, or just lie and say you're his parents.
Also, arriving is my overprotective boyfriend, who is suspicious whenever I am called into work at night.
I thought I told you to mention my painting business.
Look, Tyrone, I have some relatives who need their hallway repainted. How soon can you get out to Newark? If you can beat the Manhattan traffic, it's only like a 3-hour drive. The police, which, let's be real, is basically only Joe, tried to place Lois and Peter under arrest for kidnapping, which, as we know, in the state of Rhode Island, carries a sentence of 20 years maximum.
Joe? We would like 2 tickets to the policeman's ball.
Too late!
And I gotta say, damn, Joe is so wishy-washy as a cop in the later seasons. Like, he would throw his friends under the bus in the name of the law. I mean, he won't arrest Quagmire's brother-in-law for beating his girlfriend out in broad daylight or making a fudge load of domestic disputes, despite the fact it's literally his freaking job to protect that woman, but he will arrest Quagmire just for saying he wants to harm said scumbag. Scotty's parents plead with Lois to give Scotty back right now.
We've entrusted our son into the Lord's hands.
And maybe that's why he ended up in my hands.
On top of that,
the Lord can't do everything, you know.
Blasphemy!
Heresy!
Sodomy! Sorry, I don't even know what's going on. How you doing?
Profanity! Sorry, I wanted to add to the conversation. However, Lois is able to appeal to them by using their religion against them.
But you do believe in the power of prayer.
That's right.
And through the years, when there was disease or infection, people of good faith would pray to God for a cure.
Plus, isn't Road to the Multiverse kinda inaccurate, since a lot of research, especially in terms of science, was discovered by people like monks? Not me, I'm not one of those monks. I am sworn to an order that reviews cartoons, and all of you are my monklings. Hence my title of Mama Kitty. Lois goes on.
And isn't it possible that the amazing men and women of medicine who brought about these miracles could be the instruments of God's answers to our prayers?
Is this Lois's version of making it funny per Peter's request? Finally, she convinces Ben and Hope to allow Scotty to have his treatment.
I guess through the Lord's will, anything is possible. All right, Lois.
Thank you, and God bless you both.
Hey, everybody! We're all gonna get laid!
Yay! Wait, aren't you a monk? Aren't you? Well, it's more like a last name. Well, then there's your answer. Scotty's parents get him the treatment he needs, and he seems to be recovering very well. Stewie will soon have his friend back. Too bad it was all for nothing.
You hear that, Stewie? Looks like your little friend's gonna be okay.
Well, I don't care about him.
I've got a new friend who's got leprosy. Ah, see, he's funny.
Why don't we ever see leprosy on TV? I don't know. I think the only time I ever saw it was on House, if I'm not mistaken. However, it seems as though Christian Science made an impact on Peter, as he's now reading the book and seems to be taken in by the faith. Which honestly, this could be its own episode, where Peter becomes a Christian Scientist and then one of the kids gets sick or something.
I mean, wouldn't it be cool if you could pray really hard for something and it actually happened? I am so happy for me. I deserve this. When do you think the Queen's gonna die?
Well, Peter, that's the episode, everybody. I gotta say, outside of my nitpicks, I think this is a really good episode, especially a modern episode. Yes, I know 2012 isn't exactly modern anymore, God, I'm old. But remember, this was the same era that produced episodes like Seashell Seahorse Party, Screams of Silence, Internal Affairs. Really, I feel like people underestimate how much of a mixed bag Season 10 can be. Yeah, we got a lot of bad episodes like the ones I just mentioned, but we also got super great ones like Mr. and Mrs. Stewie, Killer Queen, Forget Me Not. Getting some really great ideas for future videos. I like how compared to a lot of other Family Guy episodes, it actually tried to make the characters human. Obviously, Ben and Hope only exist to have their minds changed, but compared to how Family Guy can often handle religious people, especially Christians, this was really big of them. Heck, they even tried to do something similar in partial terms of endearment. Damn, I gotta review that episode. I think outside of the critiques I already gave, another one is, I wonder what Stewie himself would think about all this. Maybe he thinks the plan won't work, or he tries to find a way to treat Scotty on his own and he succeeds, whereas Peter and Lois fail. I don't know. It could be a subplot. Speaking of, I'm so upset I did not get the chance to make this joke during the video, so beam me up, Scotty! Anyhow, bye!
If you die tomorrow, you think we're gonna be devastated, but you know what? We're just gonna go out and buy another dog. And maybe this dog will fetch a stick and bring me my slippers.
Kris, I think you've had too much sugar cereal.
I think I haven't had enough!